Hello everyone again. Let's give a warm welcome to Andre Walter from NTT DATA, who will talk about their use of CloudStack in NTT DATA. Hi Andre.
Hi Yvette, how are you?
Very good. Nice to have you as a speaker here.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. So really happy to. Also, this format is quite uncommon. Yeah, so it's a little bit difficult because I don't hear your voices. I'm also not sure who is listening now. So, but anyway, this is the current situation. I'm really happy to be here again. So at the last event, from the CloudStack community, I was in London, but as you know, already 2 years back because of the Corona, and hopefully we can soon meet us again in person. But now I'm happy to present in this virtual format. As usual, some things at the beginning for myself. So Andre, what is my name? Clearly, if you want to contact me, Twitter and LinkedIn. So I am dealing with CloudStack since 2014. Then we started. So initially it was a very small project, just one guy was elaborating and so on. But these were the first touch points. And clearly it took a while until we then also officially decided, okay, we will invest in this. But finally, we were all very happy with the product or with the community itself, and therefore we decided to found the German CloudStack user group. And at the end of 2016. Unfortunately, at the moment, a little bit quiet. Also, caused to Corona because we did not manage to do something in the last year. But we will. I guess when the situation is over, we will kickstart this again. Yeah, and I'm not a technician, or maybe not anymore. Was it maybe in former times? But so I clearly want to focus today on how we are using this. What is our specialty? What are maybe also our special conditions or special difficulties which we have. I try to explain, and I'm looking forward for any question. Just put it into the chat, and Yvette will then notify me. So would be really great if you have some questions. So I have 4 daughters, and you see I'm quite enjoying running, but that's only the personal side. So let's start with some. I really want to make it short because I don't want to bore you with company details, but just to give you an impression. So basically we have we have nearly 30 countries where we have consulting people in, so to say, and we are serving service. And you have to understand. So therefore, here is big SAP. So all what our company is doing is around SAP. So we are doing consulting, we are doing infrastructure services, hosting services, cloud services, but all is focused on SAP. Yeah. So I would say nearly 100 or maybe 98, but nearly 100% of our customers are using SAP systems. And SAP systems, which I will explain you a little bit later, are usually different maybe than most of you are dealing with. So usually large databases, up to 6 terabyte database, or even we have even 12, but this we are not making virtualized. Yeah, so really large databases, high performance, and running 7x24 is really important at our side. Yeah? We have 6 data center locations, as you display. Is it displayed here? The blue ones, which is UK, Denmark, Poland, Germany, Malaysia, and Switzerland. So there we really have premises or rented premises where we are delivering our cloud services out. And if you see it, so nearly 1,000 customers, 14,000 instances, and SAP instances a little bit less. And this is what we what you see. Okay. Now what we are really doing, so we are delivering cloud service out of our own data centers, as I said, for SAP customers. As well, clearly, we are delivering hybrid solutions. So at the moment, we have customers on AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. I guess we will also focus on this, so we won't implement Alibaba or something more. We are already, and this is a clear statement, the complexity is clearly rising, and therefore I guess we will focus in future on AWS and Azure. But our concept is we are, let me phrase it this way. For our SAP administrators and our customers, it should be completely invisible whether they are hosted into our data centers, and even in our data centers, we have different platforms, or on the hyperscalers. So always what we are focusing is for the user interface and for the services and for the consumption of the services, it should be all equal. So clearly, there are some advantages in AWS, some in Azure, some in our data centers, but from the consumption point of view, we treat it equally. And this is also really our challenge, which we have, because clearly we have to integrate it most similar way. And how we are doing this, I want to show you. So basically, we have what we call cloud management platform. So basically, and front end, where we are providing services to our admins or to the end customers. Clearly a known concept, but as I said, here's the speciality that we really have to focus on SAP systems. And as you see it here, so if there's one single over front end, so to say, and the functionalities are clearly always the same. You can start, stop, you can patch, and as I said, it's equal. The customer, even maybe he see it in the in the landscape description, but whether he's on Azure in our data center or somewhere else, he should not care. What are we integrating in this portal? So clearly we have the pure compute area, so server management, like increasing, decreasing, starting, stopping, attaching volumes. That's the basic stuff. But therefore, we are clearly using CloudStack. But there is much more on top of it, focus on these applications. So that means even that we want to implement, and you can understand, or you have to understand, installing SAP installation. I guess the smallest ones takes 4 hours, something like this. There are some tiny pieces which are maybe shorter, but usually an SAP installation takes hours or even days. And therefore, we are really focused on getting this SAP installation automated. Like you can really start it, and then it's running for some hours, and then you just get a notification it's ready. But other functions, clearly, beside left and right, it's like quota handling. That's also done over CloudStack, but also a kind of cost calculator. If you can shut down the system on the evening, then it clearly should not be charged when we restart it in the morning. But as we figured out, so initially we were thinking, okay, this is a real benefit for the customer. So some are using it, especially for tests or education systems, so on. But in the SAP area, every production system runs 7 by 24. So they are basically the customer are not using it. Clearly, as I said, for this development or scale out scenarios, then it's okay. But for a normal production environment, nobody will shut it down. Okay, clearly we have them network areas, also backup restore, database installation, operating systems. And what is also important for our customers, it's monitoring, that we can see, oh, I have here whatever CPU alert or performance going down or whatever, so that they really have an overview about their alerts at one overview. Okay, how we are doing this from a very simplified, I know it's very simplified, but I have to explain it, so it has to be simplified, how we do it. So we have a front end, which is our CMP. This is self-developed, but we really try to make it very flexible. So nearly all the logic lies in Ansible. So that means that we also that we not always have to program it. If you have a new function, we just configure it, but not program it in the UI. So we try to make this very flexible, so that you not always need a developer if you have a new function, but the administrator or the automation administrator can plug this in. Yeah. A central automation language is Ansible, and then we have a CloudStack as our orchestrator in our own data centers. Yeah? We are using this for VMware and KVM. So VMware is stronger. KVM, yeah, I'm not sure, but it's 80-20 or 90-10, something like this. But so VMware is clearly our focus, but we have some environments with KVM. And the hyperscaler we access directly, so we don't. We are using then native APIs, but all done over Ansible. Okay, all actions are triggered over Ansible. Yeah. So we never allow direct action in CloudStack or somewhere else. So all actions are triggered via Ansible. So we even have there established a queue manager, so you know that you can also do things in parallel or wait subsequent. But all playbooks are all Ansible playbooks are steered over this. Just the reading is possible from CloudStack directly. Yeah, so clearly reading all the tables and so on, done direct API, but all actions over Ansible. That's a clear paradigm which we can use, and then clearly, we trigger actions over CloudStack, but also, when you think about SAP installations, it's a mixture of CloudStack and other direct calls. So initially, we also, I guess most of you also made the experience. So initially, we wanted to hand out the CloudStack UI as well for our customers, but we fast decided against it because clearly you have some certain guys who are who can handle this, but for most of our SAP administrators, I call it, so it's our internal customer basically who is operating the SAP system. For them, it was too complicated. Yeah, so because they are not infrastructure guys, they are application guys or even customers, and they cannot. It's too complicated for them. Then, therefore, we decided quickly. Okay, handing out the CloudStack UI is not a good decision for us, at least. So therefore, we need this extra portal where everything is integrated. Yeah, not only the infrastructure part, but for example also the monitoring part. Okay, I have to look at the time a little. Let me check. Oh, okay, I'm quite good in time. So hopefully you have some questions for at the end. We have, as you can see it here, so this is a screenshot from CloudStack UI in our test environment. So we have, you see it here, we have 2 KVM stacks. Yeah. We have a special KVM stack for our Splunk environment, which is used for collecting data and monitoring. So it's a special KVM stack, so to say. And the normal customer KVM stack is another one. In the VMware area, we have 3 different stacks. Basically, stacks is maybe not the correct word, but basic combinations of VMware versions and backend storage integration. Yeah. So unfortunately, and this is also one further challenge which we have. So we have a very inhomogeneous landscape. Yeah. So basically, unfortunately, our standardization is not very high because we have different SAP applications who have different designs, but also we have very individual customer contracts. Like here's the backup. I don't know, doing twice a day here, every second hour. There maybe only once a week. But there, I don't know, here you have this maintenance window, there another one. So we have a very individual arrangements with the customer, which is clearly is always an issue when you want to automate things, when you want to standardize things. That is really the challenge which we have, and therefore also for we started the productive rollout something in 2018, beginning of 2019, and we really run from one issue to the other. And therefore we also, I guess, did quite a lot for the community. Hopefully you can also benefit from this, because what we did is we brought in CloudStack into an existing landscape. As I said, very diversified, so to say, and not very structured. So, and that's first of all, we were not able to make a greenfield approach. No, we had to bring CloudStack in our landscape. So the first really important thing is what we needed, and which is now also available, I guess, for all, is the VM injection. Yeah, so basically bringing existing systems into CloudStack. Yeah. Yeah, and then we also had the we have so-called managed systems by CloudStack and our unmanaged system. Also important thing for us, that we can say we can at least see it, but we do not actively manage it with CloudStack due to, I don't know, some special reasons. So this was really the first thing was implemented or programmed in 4.14, and this was really important for us. And as we figured out in some of the discussions that we have, so also other customers were highly appreciating this function. What we needed to really get use in the productive environment is with this enhanced VMware vSphere capabilities. As I said, I'm not a technician. I cannot explain this all, but there we were also highly contributing, and available it was with 4.15. I guess when here questions come, I have to refer to a colleague. But these were basically our two main things. We have some other things which we needed. So especially, for example, for the backup part, we have a special network setup which was not supported by CloudStack before. So we found a solution for it. It was quite uncommon, but in the SAP area, quite commonly used. So there we and some further adaptations. Yeah, but basically, as I said, it really took us a while to make to roll out to production, and we are not at the end of the journey yet. Yeah. So when I look into our German data center, so we have around 20% already managed with CloudStack, but we are trying to add, and we will be also we will never be able to roll it out to everything, because we have too many special environments, so to say. Yeah, but we are trying to increase the ratio and really to get also scalability and automation into our company. Okay, what were we contributing? Yeah, so basically, as I said, for these three releases, we were before we were more users, so to say, but there we really start also contributing. Amount of bug fixes, features maybe not so high, but okay, because we have one dedicated developer, so he's really purely 100% focused on CloudStack developments. Clearly, in the team using it natively, we have much more. Yeah, but one really dedicated developer. Yeah, and we have around 10 to 15 people who are dealing every day with CloudStack, because, as I said, so our end users, so to say, will only use the portal, or maybe providing some Ansible script, but really with CloudStack, it's a special team. Yeah, so we have colleagues all over the world. So we have some in Malaysia, majority in Germany, some in Poland. Yeah, so it's this is I guess in China we have some front-end developers as well. Yeah, but it's really a centralized team, and this is always our strategy. Yeah, so for this central governance, for the portal, for making everything work. We have a central team, but we are trying to get this automation philosophy out into our company. So basically, a network administrator should do the Ansible network automation, and then we just add it into the portal. Same for the compute, same for the storage, same for the backup. Yeah, because we have quite specialist teams, so we always need the expertise of the specialists. Yeah, but this is always our approach. Centralized team for the platform, so to say, and making everything work, but the content work should be done by the specialists. Yes, more than 20 pull requests, and yeah, you can also have a look at our GitHub repository. Okay, then I'm nearly at the end of the presentation, and it's really because it's really difficult to present here because you don't get any feedback. So no noise. I cannot see a chat or something. So Yvette, you have then to put me a question.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have some virtual clubs and we already have some questions here in the Q&A. Would you like to finish with the conclusion or we should start with the questions?
Yeah, I can do some or two pure sentences. So the sentence you can read by yourself. But as I said, the thing is we have to handle complex infrastructure, so to say. Yeah, two hypervisors, different layers, and even more, as I said, very varying applications and models, so to say, or service models. Yeah, and for us is really the key to simplify the usage as much as we can for what we call SAP administrator. Now I'm happy for questions.
Now you're open for questions. Thank you, Andre. I will start with one question from myself. NTT DATA, previously at Diligence, is a long-term contributor to the CloudStack project. Can you share with us how you managed to engage the people internally so that they're active in the community, and you're also the driving force behind the German user group?
Exactly. Yeah, as I said, it took us a while. So we started, just elaborating with one or two persons. Yeah, clearly we also had a look at other orchestrators. But so the guys who were dealing with it were very fast, enthusiastic about CloudStack. Yeah. So and then they convinced me for sure. Yeah, but really to bring, because we are a huge organization, we are over 10,000 employees, you can imagine, and even 1,000 in nearly 1,000, 800 in the infrastructure area. So to bring this in such a big organization who have all different tools, different histories, so it really takes a while. Yeah, but basically we were starting small, then we were setting up a test landscape showing what we can do, and then slowly adding the team, and now we have a central team who is dealing with this, and yeah, we are increasing step by step, so to say.
And a few maybe a little bit more technical questions. As you mainly seem to be running VMware hypervisors, why didn't you choose to use the vCloud Director, and why you're using CloudStack?
Two main reasons for this. First of all, the vCloud Director is also very difficult to implement, and we are in the countries in different stages. We were just faster with CloudStack. First question. Second question, or second answer is, as I said, we have to deal with multiple hypervisors. Yeah? So KVM for sure, and which is not possible with a vCloud Director.
Would you say that you would like to stay vendor independent, and is this an advantage for you?
Yeah, we have, to be honest, we have heavy discussions about this because we have one fraction or the other. At the moment, it is like this because I'm really keen in being vendor independent. But there will be ongoing discussions. So my statements always, so we are using the best fitting solution, so to say. And at the moment, this is CloudStack.
And from the enterprise point of view, which are, let's say, the three main benefits which CloudStack can bring to big organizations, and what are your observations for its development?
Okay, so it's as I said, so quality is really good. Yeah. So stability of the system. So clearly, we also had some performance issues, but this was mainly caused to our setup, I would say. So it's really so from the quality point of view, I'm quite satisfied, and also the community. So the community is maybe not the biggest one, but it's quite effective or efficient. Yeah. The people are fastly helping each other. Yeah? And compared to the vendor, so clearly there you have support, but it's also expensive. Yeah, for sure. It's an open source project, so I'm like when it's cheaper. On the other hand, so clearly we also have to invest in the developer. But at the moment, for me, it's quite a good balance, and yeah, it's working.
Thank you, Andre. One last question for monitoring: how it's integrated at a data center level?
Okay, so we have, so we are just in the final staging, rolling out, I would say harmonizing. So it was before that we had in different data centers, different monitoring solutions. So in some we had Nagios, in others we had Zabbix, then a different one. But basically we are now short before and rolling out Zabbix as a global monitoring solution on an infrastructure layer. On SAP layer, there are some more tools, but on an infrastructure we are using Zabbix as central and unified monitoring solutions.
Thank you for sharing all these insights with us. And maybe the last question, are we expecting a new user group meetup in Germany, maybe? I believe
I hope.
The last live meeting on which we were all together, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess I remind the last meeting in Berlin, but it was it 2019? Yeah, no, 2019. Yeah, clearly, I would love. So, as I told you privately before already. So, unfortunately, so we have the situation here where I'm located. I'm located in the eastern part of Germany. That the cases are rising, and clearly, if we have to want to do it, so clearly we want to make it in person, because virtually we can make it everywhere. So we are really looking forward to make it again, but it's not realistic before, I would say, Q2 next year.
Yeah, I also think so. Thank you very much, Andre, for the talk. It was very insightful. If the people have any other questions to you, they can chat with you during the breaks, and they can message you on the event platform. So yeah, stay tuned for the next events.
Thank you very much. And thanks a lot for all this organization around